Most teenagers love their freedom. Not 16-year-old Lori Show.
Thank you. Please don't be late.
I will be here. I love you.
She's afraid to leave her parents' side.
Anyone who has to live in that fear, you can't imagine what it was like.
Oh, look who it is!
In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in 1991, Lori Show is stalked, threatened, and assaulted by another teenager.
Do you know you have a whore as a daughter?
She would call our house all hours of the day and night until it came to the point where I had to change our phone number.
No, it's not gonna stop until she's paid.
Lori's mom, Hazel, is also a target for Lisa Michelle Lambert.
Call the police.
She would confront me, screaming and yelling that my daughter had wrecked her life. It was scary. I'm an adult, and that girl scared me.
"19-year-old Lisa Michelle is lovesick for Lawrence Youngkin. She moves in with the 20-year-old roofer, but their relationship is anything but a fairy tale.
That's exactly what I want.
They fed off of each other. They were young, they were immature. Their fights got physical.
Oh, you're hurting me.
Their relationship was at times a very volatile one, and even a violent one where he did abuse her.
It was on one of their early dates where he raped her, and she continued seeing him. I think that says more about her than it does about him.
Into this unhealthy relationship, the younger 16-year-old Lori Show becomes an unwitting third party.
Lori met them, and after knowing them for a short while, Michelle and Lawrence broke up. He was crying and upset. She felt sorry for him. So it's like, hey, let's go shopping.
Thank you. I had a really great time.
I had a great time too.
Just something to get his mind off of Michelle so he wouldn't be moping around. And that was her downfall.
Thank you. I had a really great time.
I had an awesome time. I had a really good time.
Lawrence date raped Lori.
Please, I've got...
What is your problem?
No, I'm sorry. I have to go.
You're not going anywhere. Get in the back. Get your hand off that and get in the back right now. Get in the back.
Lisa Michelle found out that Lawrence had actually raped Lori. It made her even more angry, but not at Lawrence, at Lori, his rape victim.
Just 1 week after the rape, Lisa Michelle goes back to her abusive partner with some interesting news.
I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, let's drink to that.
Even though Lawrence is pleased, it doesn't ease Lisa Michelle's anger.
The fact that her man looked at another woman was more than she could handle. She had to destroy the source of her pain.
You think you can steal my man, do you? Michelle, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you dare lie to me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Lori cried and pleaded, Michelle, just go away. I don't want Lawrence. You're going to have a baby. Go get married, do whatever. Leave me alone. And she wouldn't have any of it.
Nothing happened. Just watch yourself.
Only one thing will bring this bitter feud to an end. Lori Show's life is in turmoil. A casual night out has led to rape, and she's being stalked by her attacker's pregnant girlfriend. Her parents rarely leave her alone, even in a public place. She is in danger.
I don't want to get off me! Bitch, stop it, you!
She beat Lori up in the parking lot at the mall.
Hey, what you done to my baby! Yeah.
Lori wouldn't defend herself because Michelle was pregnant and she was afraid of hurting the baby.
Come on.
At that point, we decided to press charges for a simple assault, and maybe that would waken her up. It didn't help. It just continued.
Lisa Michelle Lambert found out the police were going to arrest her. She said, well, I'll take care of Lori. And 2 days later, she did.
That bitch is gonna pay.
She's a filthy slut.
Lisa Michelle recruits an accomplice, a gullible new girl in Lancaster, Tabitha Buck.
What are you gonna do to her? I'm gonna cut her hair off so she looks like the whore that she is.
Lisa Michelle convinced her friend Tabitha to go along with it because Tabitha thought it was simply going to be humiliating Lori by cutting her hair.
But Lisa Michelle has something far more sinister planned. Police officer Renee Booker was assigned to the case. She remembers Lisa Michelle's meticulous plan.
There was a phone call about a problem with Lori at school, and they asked Hazel, the person asked Hazel to meet her the next day at school to discuss this problem.
For the first time in months, Hazel leaves her daughter alone.
We didn't go anywhere without her being with someone because Michelle was that much of a threat.
With Hazel out of the apartment, Lisa Michelle strikes.
Lawrence Youngkin drove his girlfriend Lisa Michelle Lambert and Tabitha Buck to the condominiums. Tabitha went up first, and Lisa Michelle was nearby.
Hey, is Hazel home?
No, she's not. I'm sorry.
Get out of here, you crazy bitch! You're gonna pay, bitch!
Within seconds, it is obvious they are not there to cut hair.
Lori ran to her bedroom.
Get off me!
The suspects followed.
Stop it, you have my baby!
And Lori struggled. Tabitha Buck's participation was that she held down Lori's legs. Lori had numerous wounds on her body. Her lung was punctured, and her throat was slashed.
When I got to the junior high, there was no one there. And usually I would wait, but that morning something just had me that I had to go home.
Hazel returned home to this carnage.
Laurie!
I screamed for someone to call 911, and I went to her side. And at that point, I saw that her throat was cut. I cradled her in my arms and told her I loved her.
I did it to you! I did it!
She was able to whisper to me that Michelle did it. Michelle did it.
I can't even fathom what it must have been like for Hazel. Or begin to imagine what it must have been like for her, the horror.
I'm sorry.
All her attempts to protect her child have been futile.
I told her I was so sorry that I left her, that it was a setup. She lured me out.
Honey, I'm sorry.
It was just unbelievable that I fell for that. But I didn't know the depths of evil. The only thing is that I got home in time to talk to her, that I got home to tell her I loved her, and she did nothing wrong. I don't know where I'd be today if I hadn't had that chance. It made all the difference.
Laurie's deathbed testimony leads police straight to Lisa Michelle and her accomplices.
That was a very organized act to get the protector of her victim out of the way, and she succeeded.
Lawrence Yunkin is found guilty of third-degree murder and sentenced to a minimum of 10 years. Tabitha Buck is found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to life.
You got the sense that she was remorseful and very sorry for all that had transpired, and seemed somewhat confused as to how maybe it snowballed in the way that it did.
While awaiting trial, Lisa Michelle gives birth to a baby girl. She is being raised by her grandparents. Having been found guilty of first-degree murder, Lisa Michelle Lambert will spend the rest of her life behind bars.
I don't want to ever see her out. I would be in fear of my life if she was ever released.
If Lisa Michelle were released and she were less than 85 years old, some woman somewhere around her would be in danger.